Jason Todd has been through a lot. Isn't it time for a rebirth? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is a rebirth. A DC rebirth. It is not a reboot, but it is a new status quo as DC brings back the things that you loved about your favorite superheroes and puts them back into the existing timeline. We're going to be showcasing select issues of the rebirth to let you know the starting points for these series. Each of these rebirth comics is continued in the mainline book of the same name. This is Red Hood and the Outlaws Rebirth. It was the night that changed my life, because up until then I was just a street rat named Jason. My mother was dead, my father was in prison. But that was the night that my whole life changed. We then pan out to see Jason trying to steal the tires off of the Batmobile, and a rather scary man in a cape and cowl is standing behind him. You know that's the Batmobile, right? Well, you realize you parked in Crime Alley, right? Jason got up and tried to swing his tire iron at Batman, but he caught it easily. He then picked the boy up. I'm only gonna ask you this once, so give some serious thought to your answer. Are you hungry? That night, Batman brought Jason up to the hills and they ate burgers. Jason explains that he came up here one day because he got lost trying to steal from Bruce Wayne, and how he felt that Bruce Wayne deserved to be stolen from. And Batman told him that he might be surprised if he would just give people a chance. Bruce Wayne and Batman are one and the same, and Jason Todd soon learned that as Bruce Wayne brought Jason in as his new ward, and he began to train him as the next Robin. Dick Grayson had left to start his own career, and Batman's life had a void that needed to be filled. But Jason was a bit much for the role of Robin. He was a little brash and a little bit more violent than Batman wanted. So eventually, he fired Jason from the job. Now Jason is the Red Hood, the vigilante with the guns in the Bat family. And today, after he recently ended his partnership with Roy, he has arrived in Gotham City with a vengeance. He rolled up on the mayor and he opened fire with his guns. He then hopped off his motorcycle and pointed his guns right at the mayor's face. But before he could pull the trigger, there was a device thrown onto his chest and he was knocked down to the ground. Then Batman stood over him. Whatever this is, it ends now. Batman and Red Hood started to battle it out right in front of the mayor. Can we talk about this later? No, Batman told Jason as he took a shot to the face. Had to ask. He then hit Batman with a shock that stunned him, and he jumped back in, punching the mayor, putting him to his knees. Batman looked up as the Red Hood shot the mayor in the head. Jason walked off and he ended up at a villain's bar where he reflected what happened between his time as Robin and before he became Red Hood. It was the Joker. He got his hands on Jason and he beat him with a crowbar. Then there was an explosion and Jason was killed. In the words of Jason, I missed what happened next because I was dead. One of Black Mask's men approached Jason in the bar and he offered him a card. The Black Mask organization saw what he did on television to the Batman. They wanted to get him involved. He then left the bar and he headed over to his hideout where he finds Batman waiting for him. Batman explains that he found out that the mayor was injected with a virus and that Jason didn't shoot him, he instead hit him with the antidote. Even the cops that he shot were only sedated. Jason pulls off his helmet. So why didn't you trust me? If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't have put you on this case to begin with. Bruce, we have a chance to go deeper with this. Just give me a chance. Red Hood can go places that Batman can't. Are you gonna help me or are you gonna get in the way? My city, my rules, Jason. You get one strike, then I'm coming for you. And then Batman left Jason there alone. Years ago, when Batman made Jason his Robin, Alfred got ready to take a picture of the two men. Batman stood there like Batman, and Jason leaned up against him. So how are we gonna do this? Spontaneous? Serious. Sexy? Serious. And in the present day, Jason walked over to his shelf where he kept all of his mementos. On the shelf was the tire that he took from the Batmobile, and the picture. In the picture, you can see Jason with his silly grin, and Batman smiling. This starts a new era for the Red Hood, and he's gonna have some new teammates coming along very soon. So make sure you check this book out by getting this issue and issue number 1 so you can see what's gonna happen with Jason Todd. He's one of my favorite superheroes, so I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with him this time. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.